We have our Captain Dave, and then back on land we have our booth keep, Emily, and that is our crew out here for today. And to get us started, let's first go over something incredibly fun and exciting: safety. So this vessel is inspected and certified by the United States Coast Guard, meaning that all of our safety equipment aboard today is up to code. And also, one such piece of safety equipment is the life vest. So, this is one of our adult life vests. They're located at the front of the vessel in an orange cabinet. And there are also children's life vests located in a white closet at the front right-hand side of the vessel, which those are functionally the same, just smaller. Now, if you were to use one of these life vests, first you'd pull it out of the closet, then you'd open it up, and you just pull off this clasp right here, which is just a little push tab. Then you drop the tail, open up the life vest, and throw it on over your head. This tail, it goes around behind your back. Now, the tail, it will find its way all the way out to the front of the life vest, and when it does, this clasp will meet up with this little loop right here. And then, all you need to do is give a light push and pull, and your life vest is looking cool. Now, to either side of the wheelhouse, we also have our life rings, and then on the roof of the vessel are our life rafts, and those would deploy automatically in the event that the boat would go underwater. However, that is not on the itinerary for tonight, so we should be just fine. Now, on top of that, we also have our fire extinguishers in the engine room as well as the wheelhouse. And while we're out and about today, I will implore that you remain seated as much as possible. If you do need to go anywhere like the bathroom or something, just make sure that you have a hold on the boat and also have a wide stance about you. I don't want you to have to learn that lesson like I did. It wasn't very fun. Now, also, take extra care next to the sides of the boat, as I hope we can all agree that the point of a boat is to keep you out of the water. Now, on top of that, we also have a little sign there that says no smoking, so naturally, no smoking while we're out and about today. But other than that, that's all of our safety briefing, so time to get a bit dangerous. Anyways, let's get this started off on a really high note. Welcome everybody to Misery Bay. Okay, we are just getting out of Misery Bay, so things are getting a little bit better here. But anyways, Misery Bay, it earned its name during the winter of 1813 to 1814. Before then, it was just called Little Bay, which makes a lot of sense. It is a little bay. But ultimately, during that winter, you see, there was a war happening at that time, and it was the War of 1812, and trust me, we'll talk a lot about this later. But the War of 1812, it had a portion of it take place in the Great Lakes, and you need ships to actually fight in a lake. So, well, there was the end of North Pier, and thus is called the North Pier Light, and it was built back in 1858 along with that pier, and that's because back where those piles of sand are, well, there was a light there. But during 1857, you know how earlier I talked about a storm coming in and taking out the first of the land lighthouses? Well, that storm also kind of took out the channel light that was here. Now, it wasn't directly responsible for that, but basically the storm rolled in, and so all the sailors rolled out. One of these sailors piloting a schooner happened to miss the channel, but not the channel light. The channel light's what made it into the channel. And so they decided they would build out a pier by the next year, and on top of that pier, build a tower. That tower would be a wrought iron skeletal frame, and it would be completely unmanned. Now that frame was commissioned and constructed all the way out in France what would be assembled at the end of the pier. And while they were at it, they also got a French light to put on top of it, that being a Fresnel light, which is a kerosene lamp with prisms of glass that orbit around the flame to amplify and project the light. That lamp still exists today, but it's at the Erie Maritime Museum. Now, about 30 years down the line after building this light out here, they realized that the wrought iron frame didn't really like being outside all that much, so they decided to put it inside by building, well, a big steel skirt around the thing. And so that gives it the silhouette that exists today. And ultimately they would put a light on top, that being another 1,000 watt aircraft beacon. But this one shows red because it is a channel light. And basically there are red lights on our right side of the boat, red lights and signals, and then green lights